Hello, Internet! I'm Elliot the Purple Doofus, and welcome to Buddy Reads, where I read a small selection of a book and review it for you. Today we are covering the prologue of The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. I hope you've read that prologue yourself, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. The reason I'm reading this book is because one of my favorite podcasts, the Duke and Duchess Podcast, is reading it themselves and going along like I do, reading a short selection and doing an episode, reading a short selection and doing an episode. So I figured I would read along with them. The problem being that they started reading before I left on my 3-week vacation to visit my parents for the holidays. So, well, I'm a bit behind. So I will probably binge read this entire book all at once and then go back and listen to their episodes. But if you are reading the book along with me, you are free to listen to the episodes. They have them clearly labeled by how far they have read. And they have the spoiler policy, and they don't talk about anything beyond what they've read, just like I do. So enjoy if you haven't already. They've already done Name of the Wind and Wise Man's Fear, the two short stories, well, basically short stories, Slow Regard to Silent Things and The Lightning Tree from Patrick Rothfuss. So if you like those, you should definitely listen to them because they are awesome. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's get to the story. So the prologue of this book starts off with a man named the Thief Maker, and he is talking with an eyeless priest that he calls Chains. And the Thief Maker is trying to sell this eyeless priest a little boy. The eyeless priest says, "Why would I want another little kid from you? The last two that you sold me were not great, and the one that you sold me before that really weren't great." And he mentions them by name. I believe it's Callo and Gallo and Sethra? Totally getting that wrong. I did not write them down. I will get them right in the next episode, I promise. But he's trying to sell this boy named Locke. The priest says, "Why are you trying to sell this boy? What exactly is this boy's problem?" And the Thief Maker says, "The boy's problem is, if I can't sell him to you, I'm going to slit his throat from ear to ear." And then we move on. Well, actually, we don't really move on as much as we go back in time to where the Thief Maker had first met Locke. And there's a lot of world building here. Basically creates this world where you just kind of get the idea that, well, it's just a shitty time to be a child. There's a black whisper plague going around, much like the Black Plague, I'm guessing, and there's, like, too many children per man and wife or dad and mother scenario, so that's a problem too, and it's just a shitty time to be a kid. And then we go back to the Thief Maker and the Eyeless Priest, and the Eyeless Priest just keeps on bugging him, saying, "What did he do wrong? What's wrong with this kid? Why do you need to sell him so badly?" And the Thief Maker says, "Well, he just kind of did something that was something that I can't really tell you in front of other company, but it is something that I can't deal with it. So I believe he will do better in your care than in mine." And the Eyeless Priest kind of goes, "Oh, he's done something that you can't mention in front of my other friends." God damn it, now I'm interested. I must know what he did. Oh, you sly son of a bitch. Then we go back to the Thief Maker, and he's taking, like, this brand new group of children into this graveyard, and he's going into the catacombs, and you find out that one of the catacombs goes down, and it's basically where he lives. And he has, like, this table, this long table, and it's filled with food. It's not exactly like a Thanksgiving feast, but it's so much food that all the kids can eat to their full. It makes the kids really happy, and they just start diving in. While they're diving in, the Thief Maker kind of gives them a pep talk. And he says, "Look, I'm not going to get between you and food." That would be a moron thing to do. "You eat and I'll talk. While you're here, you're going to do certain chores for me and the city. And if you do those chores correctly, you get to eat. If you do not do those chores correctly, you get to study on how to do those chores so that you can do correctly next time." Does everyone understand that? Because and he's like, "Good. Now these kids that are standing against the wall, they have been under my care for a while. They can go and come as they please. You may not. You will work with these kids. They will teach you how to do things here. And the kids are, and I'm going to teach you how to handle the people of the city. I'm going to teach you how to procure things. I'm going to teach you how to live a fruitful life. And that's when little boy Locke pipes in. And he says, "Excuse me, Mr. Thiefmaker. Do you mean that we are going to steal things?" And the Thiefmaker says, "Why, yes. That's exactly what I mean. You're a smart little boy. I'm guessing that you didn't exactly lose your parents to the plague, did you?" And Locke goes, "No." And he says, "Well, I'm guessing that you've been on the streets for a while." And Locke nods his head. He says, "Well, Locke, what's your name, by the way?" And Locke says, "Locke, sir." And he says, "Locke is a terrible name. What's your full name?" And he's like, "Locke Lamora, after my father." And the Thiefmaker says, "Well, Locke Lamora, after my father, you will get to be progressed up higher. You won't do the small little squabblings that all these people do. You'll do more, because you're experienced. I can tell." Locke is very happy about this. Locke says, "Yes, I have done more. I've even grabbed these things for you." And he gives him 2 bags of money, and the Thiefmaker grabs them, and he's like, "Where did you get these?" And he says, "I got them off the Yellow Jacket guards." And the Thiefmaker goes, "Oh my god! You've done something terrible! You've done something heinous! You can't steal from the Yellow Jackets! Oh my god, what have you done?" Then we go back to the Thiefmaker trying to talk to the Eyeless Priest. And the Eyeless Priest says, "Is that what he did that was so terrible?" And he's like, "Of course not! You're in front of company! Please." The Eyeless Priest says, "How did you handle all of the stolen money?" And the Thiefmaker says, "I brought it back with interest, and I begged them, please not kill me or any of my kids. I begged them. But there's just this problem with this boy. All of my kids, they steal. They're good at stealing. But they're just kind of okay with stealing. This Locke boy just doesn't know when not to steal. This Locke boy just steals too much." And the Eyeless Priest is like, "Steals too much. Oh, you've got me even more interested. What else has he done?" And then we go back, and we have the Thiefmaker, and he's talking to the kids, and he's teaching the kids how to steal from patrons in the city. And he's like, "You never want to touch someone for longer than half a second. If you're touching them for longer than half a second, you are going to die. You are going to get caught, you're going to get incarcerated, you're going to get killed. Once you have your loot and you are satisfied with what you have, you will run away. It doesn't matter if you turn back and you see the treasures of Davy Jones' locker. You never turn back for more. You just run, you go, you get out of there." The kids are like, "Yes, sir." He has certain kids do certain things. There are kids that will actually do the thieving. There are kids that will actually drag people out if there's trouble. And then there's these kids known as Teasers, who will do something in front of their mark to distract their mark so that the other people that are stealing can come in and steal from them. And he has Locke be one of these Teasers. But the problem is that Locke is just so good at teasing. He is so theatrical about his teasing. Most kids would just fall over and then say, "Oh, I hurt myself." While Locke actually shoves a stick into his leg so that when he falls over, there's a loud audible snap. And people are convinced that he broke his leg. The pivotal scene of him doing this poorly or so greatly that it's poor, he covers his face in black sores. And he runs into this gambling sensation and he goes, "I have the Black Whisper! Oh, help me! My parents are dead!" And everyone goes, "Holy shit!" And they run away. And it's such a hectic moment that people get their bones broken and the place actually burns to the ground. And the Thiefmaker is like, Locke, please just do simple things." But no, you've just done it so horribly. Oh my god, you've ruined me. You've ruined my everything. Oh god. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? I just can't handle you anymore. And he goes out and he gets what is called a death mark. And this death mark is a shark's tooth. We'll get to it later, because after he gets this death mark, he takes Locke out for a little walk. And he says, Locke, you've been great to have around, but, well, I'm giving you up. You're gonzo. You're donezo. We're not, no, just go away. I can't handle you anymore. You have to get out of my care. And Locke says, I know. The Thief Maker goes to the Eyeless Priest, and this is where the two stories kind of line up. And the Thief Maker has Locke. The Eyeless Priest has the two twins, Gallo and Callo. The Thief Maker presents Locke to the Eyeless Priest, and he gives him the shark's tooth. And the Eyeless Priest takes in Locke, and they go down to his living area. You meet Gallo and Callo, and you realize that they're pretty much Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They talk in riddles, and they're just... I don't know if I'm going to like these two, or if they're just going to grate on me in the entire book. I hope I'm going to like them, but right now it's just everything out of their mouths is really confusing. We haven't heard that much from the girl Safatapa. Going to get her name right the next video, I promise. We haven't heard that much from her, so we will see. The Eyeless Priest sits down with Locke, and he says, would you do me the kind favor of putting your hands on my eyes? And Locke puts his hands over the Eyeless Priest's bandages, and he's like, oh my god, I can feel it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah! And he pulls away his little blindfold, and he has eyes! He's not eyeless at all! And he's like, oh my god, little boy, you have cured me! You are magical, you are amazing, you are great! And little Locke says, you were never blind at all. And the priest is like, you are not a moron! I knew I collected you for a reason. Wow! But he sits Locke down and he says, now, the Thief Maker, he told me that he needed to get rid of you. And do you know what this is? And he waves a little bag with a shark tooth in it. And Locke says, no. And the Eyeless Priest says, this is a death marker. This means that at any time, I can kill you. It doesn't matter if the king himself came in here and adopted you. I can kill you, and this shark's tooth gives me permission. I want you to take it. I want you to wear it around your neck. I want you to keep it underneath your shirt so it's pressed up against your chest so that you will always remember that at any time, I have permission to kill you. Just like, okay. The Eyeless Priest says, good, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want you to tell me why the Thief Maker let you go. And Locke says, I thought you said he told you everything. And he says, yes, but I need to hear it from your mouth. I want to hear about the two boys that you got killed. And I want to know exactly why you got them killed. And Locke is like, but I don't want to tell you. And he's like, you will tell me or I will chip in that little shark's tooth right now and you will be dead. And Locke says, okay. And that's where the prologue ends. Now, me personally, I'm going to go chapter by chapter. The D&D podcast have decided to go, I think it's like 2 or 3 chapters at a time. But I'm going to do the prologue, I'm going to do chapter 1, I'm going to do chapter 2. Between the chapters, there's an interlude section, and I'm just going to consider that part of the chapter. So, next video is going to be chapter 1 all the way to the beginning of chapter 2. I hope you're ready to dive into this with me. I'll probably just binge it all and then start listening to the D&D podcast. But we'll see, because I'm also reading the Fables comics. Haha, I bet you thought I wasn't going to post those yet. Yes, I will. I'm going to continue to post the Fables comics, so you can read along with those too. If this isn't to your liking, the Fables comics probably will be, because the Fables comics are so good right now. So good. If you like what I'm doing, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you like this video specifically, go ahead and click that like button. And go ahead and leave a comment letting me know what your favorite book out of your least favorite genre is. I've been Elliot the Purple Haired Doofus. This has been Buddy Reads, reminding you to watch your pajama radius. And I will see you all in the next chapter of The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch. Toodles!